Hello, I am Vishal Parikh. Today we will explore more on visualizing of our data. So as we have seen different types of visualization techniques using Matplotlib. So today we are going to cover is how we can work with a pie chart. So this topic is very common, as you have heard the name, it is a pie chart. So first let us observe how a particular pie chart looks like. So we will see how a pie chart looks. So in the given figure, it depicts how a particular pie chart looks like. Now you can see over here, it is a circular. The shape of the pie chart is always circular. Now you can observe over here, there are different portions of the pie chart. So these different portions, or you can say it is also known as slices. So these slices are also known as wedges. So how we can use this pie chart, what is the perspective of the pie chart? Now let us cover that portion first. So first we will see is how we can work with a pie chart. So pie chart, as we know, it is a circular. So whenever we want to perform a visualization technique on a single series of data, whenever we want to perform visualization on a single series of data, at that particular time we have to use is our pie chart. Now what does this pie chart indicates? So the pie chart is having an area. So this total area will indicate the total percentage of your data. For example, a pie chart is having total area of 100%. Now depending upon your data, different portions will be present, and different portions will be having different percentage. So different percentage indicates the portion of your data set under that particular region. Consider an example of weather indication. So in case of weather, if we consider whether it is having a humid temperature in a particular city, whether it is a rainy or it is a spring, so at that particular time, whenever you want to represent a single series of data, at that particular time we have to use is our pie chart. Now this circular rings, or we can say it is known as sections, it is known as your wedges. Now with the help of this pie chart, we can represent our single series of data. So the question here is how we can create a pie chart. So we will use Matplotlib for creating a pie chart, and this Matplotlib library or API provides us a function which is named as pie, with the help of which we can create our pie chart. In programming, we will see how we can create a pie chart, what are the different parameters that you can pass to your pie chart, and how we can visualize with the help of pie chart. Now let us create a pie chart. So we'll work with pie chart. So for that we have to import required libraries. So we have to import Matplotlib. So I have written import matplotlib.pyplot as PLT, and I have used Matplotlib inline function. So let us run this. So now the required libraries are imported in our Jupyter notebook. Now what we want to do, we want to create a pie chart. So for that, let me consider some of the static values. So let us consider a home expense of a particular person, in which he is spending some of the values on a particular entity. So we are considering two different lists. So the first is labels, that means on which particular thing he is expending, and the second is value, that indicates how much amount he is spending over that particular entity. So we have created labels which are home, rent, food, phone or internet bill, car bill and other utilities, and some of the values I have taken over here is random: 1400, 600, 300, 410 and 250. So let us run this. Now whenever you want to create a pie chart, so for that this Matplotlib library provides us a pie method. So inside this first parameter you have to pass is your data, that is your data values, that is this 1400, 600, 300, 410, 250 respectively. As we know that it takes only a single type of a data to represent it. Now we want to give the labels to these particular values. So for that we have to use an attribute which is named as labels, and as we have already created a list of labels, we will directly pass it over here. So labels equal to exp underscore labels. So what it will do, it will create a pie chart based on these particular values. So let us run this. So you can observe over here, these are the different portions. So this pie chart has been created based on your total number of entities, that is your home rent, other utilities, car, phone or internet bill and food. But one thing you can observe over here, it is not showing you the percentage or the amount of the portion this home rent is covering, or this car rent is covering, or the food expense has been covered. So for that we will see different attributes. So next attribute we are going to see is axis. So let us run this. So it will show you the axis, and we have specified the value as equal. That means it will show you in somewhat lucid fashion. Now if you want to increase the size of your pie chart, so for that we are having an attribute which is named as radius. So by default the value of radius is always 1. If you want to increase the size of your pie chart, you have to increase the value of radius. So let us check that. So I am specifying the radius value as 2, and I am invoking the show method to display my pie chart. So let us run this. So now you can observe the size of this pie chart has been increased. So the original size was this, and we have specified the radius value as 2. So you can see it is somewhat enlarged. Now what we want to do, we want to display the percentage. That means the total area is 100%. Inside this I want to specify how much percent of the total 100% is this home rent, then other utilities, car and so on. So for that we are having an attribute which is known as auto PCT. So this PCT means percentage. So it will calculate this percentage based on this particular region that it has covered. Now let us understand its format. So first you have to specify the percentage, then there will be numeric digit, then I have to specify dot. That means after this decimal digit if you want to display your floating point values or not. So whenever you want to display only one floating point value after your decimal digit, so for that you have to write here 1F. That means after decimal digit it will show you only one floating point value, that is for example 90.2. So it will only show you a single floating point value. So let us run this. So here you can see it is showing you different values. That means home rent is covering, or the expenditure is 47.3%, then next car is 13.9, food expense is 20.3, then phone and internet bill is 10.1, and the other utility is 8.4. Now by default you can see it is not showing you any of the shadow. So whenever you want to show shadow to your pie chart, so for that we are again having an attribute which is named as shadow, and I have specified its value as true. By default it is false. So let us run this. So you can see over here is a slight shadow over here. That means it will show you somewhat 3D effect. Now by default it is taken some of the random colors inside your this pie chart to distinguish different sections, or we can say different wedges. Now if we want to change the color of our pie chart, it is possible. So first you have to determine how many wedges are there. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So for that you have to specify 5 different colors. So for that I am considering a list of colors, that is storing values as gold, yellow green, light coral, light sky blue and brown. So what it will do, it will set the color of your pie chart. Now before this let me also show you the use of this explode attribute. So what is the use of this explode attribute? So whenever you want to take out a particular portion outside of your entire pie chart. That means, for example, if I want to take out this particular wedge, that is car, outside from my pie chart, at that particular time we have to use an explode attribute. So first let us see how explode works. So what I have done over here, I have removed the portion that is telephone bill or internet from my original pie chart. So for that, what I have done, I have used an attribute which is named as explode, and I have to specify its value. Now the value of this will be from clockwise direction. So home rent, it is showing 0.0. Then we have taken value as 0.0 for this food. Then we have taken 0.5, that means it will take out this particular value. Then we have taken is value 00 for car and 00 for other utilities. So what it has done, it has taken out this particular portion. Now we want to change the color. So we have taken a list of colors, and I have specified an attribute which is named as colors, and I have passed this list of colors over here. So let us run this. So now you can see it has changed the color of the particular pie chart. Now what I want to do, I want to change the angle of my pie chart. So is it possible? Yes, it is possible. So how can we do that? So for that, again we are having an attribute which is named as start angle. So what it will indicate? It will indicate the starting angle of your pie chart from the center. So how we can specify it? So just we need to specify the start angle and its value. For example, I am giving start angle value, it's 90. So let us run and check how it works. So now you can see over here the angle has been changed. So previously it was showing you the pie chart like this. Now I am changing the start angle and I have specified it 90. So after specifying the angle, it has changed the particular position from its center, and it is showing you the pie chart like this. So what we have covered in this video, we have seen how we can create a pie chart, how we can take out a particular wedge from our pie chart with the help of explode function. Then we have seen how we can specify the percentage value to a particular attribute. Then we have seen how we can change the color of our pie chart. We have also covered how we can change the angle of our pie chart. So this is all about your pie chart. Thank you.